Hello everyone and welcome back. In the previous episode we got ambushed, but it was all worth it because we got a new canine companion. So, on that positive note, let us proceed. Shut up dog, I'm talking! Well, maybe it wasn't worth it. No, it was. It's a dog. All can be forgiven. Well, it looks like we're getting ambushed again!
Wake up, gentlemen! More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers!
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
How is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
You're toll collectors then?
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
You're fixing the highway? I think not.
Not much gets past you, I see.
It's not really a toll. We're just robbing you, see?
Do shut up. Even a genlock would have understood that.
Forget it. I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
You can certainly try.
Well, this is going nowhere. Let's finish this, gents.
Now, I'm going to attack everyone else first. Because the leader has a cutscene at the end. And I like him to be alone when he's negotiating.
Oh no, you don't!
Very well.
Sorry, I'm not talking much. I need to concentrate. Because they keep switching targets for some reason.
All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the Darkspawn get us all.
Get by? You're a criminal.
Yes, I'm a criminal. I admit it. I apologize.
I want some questions answered.
Well, what could I tell you? We aren't even from these parts.
What exactly have you been doing?
Well, watching for folks fleeing from the south. Chasing from the wilds and farmholders, mostly. There aren't soldiers here anymore, so we help ourselves. We try not to hurt anyone too much.
Have you heard about any survivors from the battle?
Couple, maybe. A group of wounded ash warriors came by earlier. Got right out of their way.
What's going on in Lothering?
It's packed full. The band took his men north with Tear and Loghain, so there's no one looking out for it except a few Templars at the Chantry. Well, I was just trying to feed my family, you know?
What news have you heard?
Everyone's saying how the Grey Wardens betrayed the king during the Darkspawn fight. Got him and themselves killed. Turn Loghain pulled out just in time. First thing he's doing as regent is putting a bounty on Grey Wardens.
I'm done asking questions.
Well then, let me go!
I'm turning you into the authorities.
There aren't any. Just the Templars, and they'll execute me.
They'll do what they must. Come with me.
I'm not going down without a fight!
I shall.
Okay, so some context, because this is a quest. This man was a knight from Redcliffe that was on a quest to find the Urn of Sacred Ashes, and he was supposed to meet a friend of his here, a fellow knight.
It is begun.
But he won't be doing that because he's dead, and the quest I got is to tell his friend that he's dead, so he can leave, because the only reason he's staying in Lothering is because he's waiting for the dead man.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
What did you want to talk about, Alistair?
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
We should try to use these treaties, I assume.
I agree. Have you looked at them?
No, not yet.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Why are you leaving it up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Arleman is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
What do you think we should do, Morrigan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
Then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Won't the Circle of Magi do what the Chantry says?
Technically, the Circle of Magi is independent. We don't know that the Chantry won't support us, of course.
You truly believe that?
If we speak to the first Enchanter, he should see that his responsibility to the Grey Wardens supersedes anything the Chantry or even Tan Loghain might have to say about it.
How do we find our Leman?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
Where do we find the Dalish Elves?
If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
Where do we find the Dwarves?
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
Where would Loghain be exactly?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
I don't need any more directions.
Then you have a plan.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Oh, by the way, because of my flaming weapons spell, Alistair's sword is on fire. But the dog's weapon is himself, so... As you can see, this dog is on fire.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
Need something? I don't generally talk to strange elves who wander in here.
I didn't wander anywhere, thank you.
You still look like trouble. We got plenty of that with the war now.
I could make trouble for you, human. Is that what you want?
No. Beg pardon and all. I should mind my manners.
I have a few questions.
Can't promise I'm gonna answer them.
What's going on here?
What isn't? We got chastened barbarians in every farmholder south of Callanhard running from the Darkspawn. Not that they'll be safe here with the army gone.
Who's in charge of this village?
You could talk to the Elder, though she's got her hands full getting everyone on their way. For now, most folks go to Sir Bryant. He's head of the Chantry's Templars.
You don't have a ruling lord?
He's gone to war and taken all his soldiers, leaving us to fend for ourselves. There's not going to be much left when he returns, if he returns.
Were those bandits always outside the village?
Were? You mean they're gone?
I'll take that as a thank you.
Well, goody for you. Now there's no one to drive off the blighted refugees. Sir Brian'll be glad, though. He's been talking about offering a reward for anyone who'd run them out.
I should go.
Don't let me stop you.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you. There's none to be found.
I like how this guy's a Templar and I'm here, wearing a robe, carrying a staff. And he just does not care.
Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
I was looking for some news, actually.
You might find that, though it's probably just frightened gossip. We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Can I ask a few questions?
I'm just out here to keep an eye out for Darkspawn. Please ask someone in town. No offense.
Is anyone in charge here?
The band has marched north with Tairn Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you.
Ah, look how they moan and wail and gnash their teeth.
I shall do it.
Sad to watch how helplessly they scurry about.
It's just a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching Darkspawn horde.
Mother, where are you?
They likely are aware of the Darkspawn horde, yes.
Greetings to you, good sir. If it isn't too much to ask, might you spare some bread or anything?
What happened to you?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb. Nobody cares about a few elves like us. Surely you understand.
I met those bandits. They're dead now.
You killed them?
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
I can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
Yes, loot their corpses. But be aware that I already did that, so... the best stuff's already gone.
Have you seen my mother?
That depends. Who is your mother?
She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
Do you know where your father is?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back.
Come with me. I'll help you find your mother.
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Good advice, Dad. It's statistically likely that most people won't be me. Here, take a silver. Buy something to eat.
A whole silver! Wow, thank you. So, are you really an elf?
Did the ears give me away?
Father says elves aren't very nice, but you're nicer than everybody here. Thank you for helping me.
I shall do it. It shall be done.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Is your profiteering ruffling some feathers?
You could say that, yes.
The nerve of these people!
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
You don't think you're being unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
I think you could compromise and still make a profit, no?
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Alright, I will be unloading some of my inventory and buying the necessary things, so I'll be right back. I just want you to look at the second answer in this pick. I would pick it, but I need this merchant alive because I need to unload my inventory occasionally, which means all the time anyway.
Good then. I'm barely making a killing as it is.
Also, I noticed I had gifts in my inventory. And these are, well, gifts that you give to your companions to gain approval. And each companion gets the most approval from a certain type of gift. And you find out which type it is by getting their approval to plus 20. And then their codex entry gets an additional paragraph which tells you which types of gifts they like. If you give them other types of gifts, you will still get approval, but much less.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
And as you saw right now, I got plus 5 and then plus 4. Even though these two gifts are the same tier, quote unquote, because then you also have plus 10. But these gifts give you diminishing returns. The more you give them, the less approval you get.
The Chanters are still operating with their board. Now that's dedication.
Ah, the Chantry Board. Yes, let us run errands for the betterment of mankind as well as a few coppers.
The chantry board has jobs on it. Shut up, dog. Seriously, so rude. It has jobs on it which are posted and paid for by the chanter here. There is one in each major settlement. Seriously, everybody just loves interrupting me today.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, my hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Greetings? You don't talk much, do you?
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's Chanter Devons.
What's a chanter?
One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and unto the Maker.
It's like a vow of silence then. He can't talk normally?
Unless it's the chant of light, no.
And so Rajmael in the heathen temple recanted. Speak only the word, sing only the chant, then the golden city is thine, spoke Andraste.
A chanter says what?
What?
Oh, you got him to speak. Ha!
What hath man's sin wrought?
Oh, he cheated.
Have anything of interest on the board?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Yeah, I won't be getting any quests to fix any roofs. Usually they involve killing stuff. I need to get this guy to stop shouting.
Evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please, you're scaring the children.
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at darkspawn hands. There! One of their minions is already amongst us. This man bears their evil stench. Can you not see the vile blackness that fills him?
Why don't you keep your voice down?
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people. I will not be silent.
Please stop. Somebody shut his mouth.
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us.
Don't be a fool. Darkspawn can be defeated.
No, I have seen them. You cannot run. You cannot fight.
Standing around and shouting won't save you.
There is nothing to do. No hope is left.
Could you cluck like a chicken when you do that?
Are you calling me a coward?
I'm calling you an idiot. Listen to yourself for a moment.
I have shamed my ancestors. But the blackness will come.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
There's always hope. Muster your courage.
You're right. We can't give up.
But we can't fight. What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim.
Your king is dead. There is no hope.
Maybe with that blasted chasing gone, my headache will go as well.
I'm not going into the chantry quite yet because I need to get another quest which has an objective in the chantry, and I would have to backtrack if I went in now.
So I take it you did not enjoy your Templar training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
Do you see any others about who have failed at their religious instruction?
I didn't fail, I was recruited into the Grey Wardens.
And if you had not been recruited, what would have happened instead?
I would have turned into a drooling lunatic, slaughtered the Grand Cleric, and run through the streets of Denerim in my small clothes, I guess.
Your self-awareness does you credit.
I thought you'd like that.
If I'd continued walking, there's another trigger for a banter a bit further ahead. And they would have interrupted this banter to start another.
Stop looking at me, mongrel. I have nothing you want. Why do you keep staring at me so, you flea-ridden beast? Can you not tell when you are not wanted? I enjoy company of creatures of the wild, not stench-ridden domesticated wolves. And he persists. Maddening!
You cannot resist the charms of Barkon. You will give in. She has a quest which I cannot complete, but I'll get rid of it anyway.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
What do you need traps for?
Old man Barlin said that Darkspawn may be coming soon. He's got traps on his farm. I figured I'd put a few on my lands. Barlin wants to poison his traps. I just want normal traps.
Why don't you just buy some?
None to be had. Barlin has all the traps in the village in his fields.
Barlin has poisoned traps on his land?
He doesn't have any poison yet, thank the Maker. So his fields are just full of traps. He can be a bit eccentric.
Sorry, I can't make traps.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
And the quest is gone.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday? Said he was from Redcliffe.
He talked to everyone in the tavern. How are we supposed to know where the urn of sacred ashes is? Might as well ask us how to get to the moon.
He said that all the Redcliffe knights were looking for it. They didn't have anything better to do. I don't get it. So how is it that Terran Logain survived when even the Grey Wardens didn't make it out of that place down south?
I heard he saw just in time what those Grey Wardens were doing and saved his men. He's a hero, that's what he is.
Too bad he couldn't save poor King Caelan. Blast those Grey Wardens, they deserve what they got and more.
I'll say. First they drag the king down there and then they throw him to the wolves. It's no wonder it all went bad.
The knights they were talking about from Redcliffe looking for the Urn of Sacred Ashes, that was the quest that the dead knight from the beginning was on. Now let's go get some drinks and news from the tavern.
Well, look what we have here then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Logain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about an elf by this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen one?
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
What makes you think we're traitors?
Tern Logain claims the Grey Wardens betrayed the king. Or haven't you heard?
Enough talk! Take the warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right, let's make this quick.
These guys are getting the same treatment as the bandits. The leader is gonna be left for last. There we go, he didn't resist. But just once more to make sure. Because I don't get to kill them after. Unless I decide to kill him as well.
Die already! You've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
The Grey Wardens didn't betray King Kalen. Logan did.
I was there. The Turn pulled us out of a trap.
The Terran left the king to die.
The Wardens led the king to his death. The Turn could do nothing.
Take a message to Logain.
What do you want to tell him?
He'll have to do better than this.
I'll tell him. Right away. Now. Thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
So I see. Where does a sister learn to fight like that?
I wasn't born in the Chantry, you know. Many of us had more colorful lives before we joined. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
I am Warden. A pleasure.
They said you were a Grey Warden. I'm surprised you're an elf, but elves must want the Blight defeated as much as humans, no? I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Why so eager to come with me?
The Maker told me to.
Right. I believe this is where I back away slowly.
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Very well. I will not turn away help when it is offered.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down. Indeed.
And I already had gear for her. It's almost like I knew this would happen.
Very well. It is begun.
I needed to renew my flame weapons because she was not included in the original cast. And now I have someone who can actually unlock chests. And I appreciate that. This guy and others like him, they're like the Chantry board. They are in major settlements and they offer a range of side quests.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about.
Is there something I can do for you?
I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
How can I be of service?
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
I'll take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
This quest wants me to recruit some people who signed a contract that they would fight if called upon. And this quest quest wants me to kill some deserters and bring back the supplies they stole. Oh, and by the way, Liliana doesn't actually look like this in vanilla. I have a mod because I don't like her vanilla appearance. Let's see what this guy thinks about our bar fight.
You're gonna make more trouble? We've about all we can stand in Lothering now.
Sorry about the mess.
They had it coming, and they were trouble enough themselves. So long as you don't start more, I won't get excited. Right then, name's Denal. Sorry I can't chat much. As you see, we've a full house.
I don't suppose you have any rooms?
Look around. People are sleeping on the floors and in the attic. That's how many rooms I don't have.
Who were those men I fought exactly?
When Tien Logain marched by, he left those fellas behind to look for Grey Wardens. I suppose that's you.
You'll keep that to yourself.
I have no qualm with you, whatever the Tien says. My grandfather served. Your secret's safe with me. What can I get you then?
Okay, this question, have you heard any rumors? You can ask this to about... Well, there's 3 people I remember, and they all give you the same thing. And these rumors... they change when you do the main story quests. The first... I don't know what to call it, set of rumors is mostly setting up the stories, the main quests, in the areas where you're trying to recruit the armies, like Red Cliff and the Brazilian Forest for the elves, and the Tower of the Circle. It tells you what's going on there in the broadest terms, the setup for when you get there. I'm not going to ask him about all the rumors, because that's gonna take forever. I'm just gonna ask him until he runs out. Because this functions really weirdly. You can keep asking him as long as he's telling you, then at some point he's gonna say, I don't know what to tell you. But then if you talk to him again, he's gonna have more. It doesn't go through the entire set immediately.
There's knights from Redcliffe wandering the countryside, looking for the place where on dress days sacred ashes are said to lie. Can you believe that? The urn holding her ashes is a myth, and yet these knights say they were sent to find it anyhow to heal Arl Eamon. I didn't even know he was ill. Maybe he has the blight. If so, then times are even darker for Ferelden than any of us thought. Anything else I can get you? I heard from some travelers that something bad might have happened in Redcliffe, overrun by Darkspawn, maybe. There's no word from the village at all. A merchant friend of mine said he encountered someone fleeing the place and there was nothing waiting for him there but death. He wisely turned around and came right back. Anything else I can get you? Thank the Maker we didn't lose Tien Logain at Ostagar. He pulled his troops out just in time, so it said. Without him, we'd be lost. Anything else I can get you? I hear that Tien Logain, the regent, is calling for new levies of troops. He wants to rebuild the army we lost at Ostagar. Thing is, there's not a lot of spare men to be found. Out of Dragon's Peak, there's press gangs roaming around, grabbing any free man they can lay their hands on. Anything else I can get you? I hear the Dwarven King is passed on. Old as he was probably poisoned or assassinated. That's how the dwarves normally go out, isn't it? Anything else I can get you? With a defeat at Ostagar, it'll be inevitable that the Darkspawn hordes start moving north soon. They have no one standing in their way, do they? Anything else I can get you? There's knights from Redcliffe spread all over Ferelden on some kind of mission, but I hear that they're starting to become rare to find. Maybe they all went back to Redcliffe. More likely they got tired of searching for something that can't be found and abandoned their search. I wonder what Earl Eamon is gonna do without any knights. Anything else I can get you? I hear tell they held a funeral in Denerim for King Keelan. The Grand Cleric called for a full day of mourning and there was a procession a mile long passing by the brazier. It's too bad they don't have a body to properly burn. What happened to him at the hands of those creatures, it's unthinkable. Anything else I can get you? People are disappearing all over the country. Folks on the road say they are seeing wagons abandoned, belongings left in the middle of the road with no one to be seen anywhere. Remote farmholds are left empty. Horses left without riders. And no corpses to be found. The Darkspawn are taking them. There's no other explanation. Anything else I can get you? I hear news from Dinnerham that Tyrn Loghain has been declared the new regent. It makes sense, his daughter being the queen. Anything else I can get you? Something's going on at the Major's Tower at Lake Callanhod. Nobody knows exactly what, though, and the Templars aren't saying. Exactly what we need, isn't it? Let's hope the Majors are just cooking up something to deal with the Darkspawn. Somebody should be, after all. Anything else I can get you? Some folks aren't happy about Tyrn Loghain being named regent. There are rumors he had something to do with the king's death. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you ever heard? The Darkspawn killed him, sure enough. If Tyrn Loghain couldn't save the king from that inn, then nobody could. Anything else I can get you? With King Caelan dead, the throne falls to Queen Honora. She's made her father the regent, however, at least for now. I think Caelan's father, old King Merritt, would have approved. Anything else I can get you? I've heard a lot of stories of bands of Darkspawn roaming the countryside far north of the Kukari Wilds. They just seem to appear out of nowhere and disappear just as fast. Anything else I can get you? Some hunters who range into the Brazilian forest say that a Dalish clan there has fallen to some kind of sickness. The Blight, most likely, poor sods. Anything else I can get you? I hear from folks traveling the East Roads that there's werewolves in the Brazilian forest. Actual werewolves. They haven't been around since the days of Dane and his ilk. Anything else I can get you? I heard a strange rumor the other day. King Caelan was not really Merrick's son, you see. Merrick's real son is hidden in the bowels of Denham's palace and has been since he was born. I suppose they feed him cakes all day to keep him content. Maybe he's simple. Or a mage. Merrick's real son, a mage. Can you imagine? Anything else I can get you? There's talk that King Caelan was cheating on the Queen and she found out about it. That's why Tyrn Loghain abandoned Caelan at Ostergard. Anything else I can get you? There's a nasty rumor going around that the Grey Wardens are evil and that they worship the Archdemon. They're the ones that cause the blight. They were getting upset, see? That there was no use for them anymore, so they summoned up the Archdemon to do their bidding. It would explain a great many things. Anything else I can get you? I don't know what to tell you. Nothing I can think of at the moment.
Okay, so not all of these were setting up main quests. Some of them were just about the general state of the kingdom.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
You're out of food?
Whole mess of refugees come in and leave near every night. All have hungry bellies, sad tales, and mementos for barter. I sold that bleeding merchant outside about half my larder 2 weeks back, and now he's charging outrageous sums for all my food.
Don't worry about him. I took care of it.
You did? Well, I don't know what to say to that. Thanks.
Okay, I'll buy everything useful from him. Apparently I can't speak today. And we're back. He also has a
You're here
quest.
about food. Take it up. I got other.
Know of any well-paying jobs in Lothering?
Check the chanter's board by the chantry. There's good jobs there. I don't suppose you know anything about poison.
I have dabbled in such things.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
Any idea where I could get the ingredients?
Well, there's herbs in the North Wood. As for other stuff, look around town. Some refugees just left things behind to travel faster. I don't really know what you need, though. I might have some in stock, too.
I don't actually have any skills with poison. But Leliana does. So she can make the poison.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
I have what you asked for.
Splendid! If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah, enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, hey?
Guess I'll be staying off his land.
I've got a cousin in the Templars. He says the mages in the tower out on Lake Callanhod are all turning into demons.
They always say that, though.
Well, this time it's true. They're not sure what to do about it yet, he says.
What now?
What's to do? I thought you killed them.
Easier said than done. The mages pick a fine time to go turning into demons, I tell you.
I'm just gonna have her unlock the one chest I passed earlier that was locked. Also, I'm gonna steal...
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps. You would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
I stole a crossbow from the merchant, and then I'm gonna sell it back to him. Also, I picked these locks not so much for items and more for experience, because you do get XP.
Right away.
As you can see, it adds up.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
Actually, I was hoping I could help you.
Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
I know a bit about herbalism.
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travelers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
I already have the poultices, and I do actually have skills in herbalism, unlike poison. So I wasn't lying this time. But I already have the poultices, as I said, and I can just give those to her.
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
I didn't need them. Here you go.
This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the supplies from my car. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
Shokke basit isra, marade starit, merade twasit, abana kyun, aras shokra, ananne sam kyun.
Well, I got a save game, which tells me that this episode has gone on long enough and that I should stop playing already. Next episode, we're gonna talk to this very big, dark-skinned person who speaks in foreign languages, well, a foreign language. Until then, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!